it. Okay. It's live. Okay. So, okay. Okay. So, welcome to the most offensive church this side of the YouTuberverse. The party pin. Maybe I should even say the party pin. Oh, my soundboard works. It didn't work last night, but it's working today. Right now, I'm getting my life together, I swear. Anyway, welcome. So, what we do here in this most amazing place, we read this great ass book. It's called God Said, because he did not fucking say that. This is God's unofficial biography, Das Bible, as read by yours truly, the Saint of Awesome, your Superstone Sage, Saint Nikki K the Great. And if you are on replay crew, watch it 2 times speed, because for some reason it slows down a whole lot. And I don't know why that is. So just watch it on 2 times speed. So what we're doing right now is we are reading 2. It's called Jesus. I don't know that guy. So, wait, let me tell you. Okay. So we're on the first book of book 2. Well, the first installment of book 2. There's a whole lot of installments, but we're just reading this one. Matthew. It's called Matthew. And we are on chapter 13. So, just real quick, I don't know. I know what I wanted to talk about, but now I can't remember because, well, I forgot. I was watching Neo and got a whole bunch of things on my mind. Well, okay, not like bad things on my mind, but I started thinking about other things. And then now I don't remember what I wanted to say in the first place. Oh, oh yeah, Jesus shitting on his mom and brothers. That's where we left off. Jesus was like, I don't know those people. Yeah, because they weren't with him from the beginning. So he's like, yeah, I don't know these people. They didn't do what God said because they don't know what God said because nobody reads Das Bible. But luckily for you, I read Das Bible a lot. I've been reading it the past 8 years, 7 years. I think this year will be 8 years I've been reading this book. Crazy, right? So, we are on chapter 13. And, okay. On the same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the sea. I didn't know Jesus was in a house. Is this saying that Jesus denied his mother and brothers in a room full of people? Neo, she did my channel. you are absolutely fucking freaking amazing, and I appreciate it. And luckily for everybody, I just started. Let me introduce myself. I am the Saint Awesome, your Super Stone Sage, and we are reading book 2 of this book. Well, I'll just tell you. Okay, welcome to the party pen. And what we do here is we read this great ass book. It's called God Said. We are on book 2 of this trilogy. It's called Jesus. I don't know that guy. So we are going to find out about that guy. And it turns out Jesus is pretty awesome. Hi, Bunny, two time. Yeah, you're so amazing. Anyway, we are on Matthew chapter 13. And if you have to go and watch this on replay crew, watch it at 2 times speed. It's very important. Oh, wow, there's somebody else. Well, I don't know who that person is. Oh, never mind. Never mind, but I've never seen you before. But I need to get to reading. I will pay attention to chat in uno momento. I know it's no bueno, but I have super ADD and I will sit here and talk to chat. But I need to read because I don't have medication for ADD. Okay. So, on the same day, Jesus went out of the house and sat by the sea, and great multitudes. And how do they? Never mind. Shut up. Okay. And great multitudes were gathered to him, so that he got into a boat and sat down, and the whole multitude stood on the shore. And I've said before, how does Jesus sit down and speak out to everybody? Like, there's a Tool song about Jesus. It's a disrespectful song, but it talks about how Jesus was so loud. So I'm wondering if Jesus knew how to project his voice, or if he came with an inner speaker, like something. Because I don't know how you can sit on the seashore with like waves and psh, psh, and then talk to people like 100 feet from you. It's the craziest thing to me. Okay. And multitudes were gathered. So he got into a boat and sat. I already read that. Then he spoke many things to them in parables, saying, "Be prepared, I got riddles for you. Ha ha. Riddle me this, Batman." Okay. So, behold, a sower went to sow, and as he sowed, some seeds fell by the wayside, and birds came and devoured them. Some fell on stony places. There they did not have much earth, and they immediately sprang up because they had no depth in the earth. When the sun was up, they were scorched because they had no root and withered away. And some fell among thorns, and the thorns sprang up and choked them. But others fell on good ground and yielded crop, some 100-fold, some 60, 30. And he who has ears, let him hear. Now, if Jesus didn't explain this, I would have no fucking idea what this. Sorry, I cuss a lot. I can't help it. I I'm ghetto. So I cuss a lot. I can't. It's a thing. Um so if if Jesus didn't say what this meant, I don't think I would have understood what this meant. Because the first time I ever read this story, I compared it to children, like how the adults in children's lives treat them and beat them down. But, but I think it's something different than that, and Jesus explains it. Um, so we're gonna get to the explanation. I just wanted to say that I don't think I would have knew what this meant. And his disciples came and said, "Why are you talking in riddles? Like, you shouldn't be talking in riddles, dude. Why are you talking in riddles? These people aren't very smart." And Jesus looked up and was like, "The fuck you say?" Oh, Jesus doesn't cuss. Jesus said, "Excuse me, what did you say?" And then Jesus was like, "You know what? I know what you said. Never mind. Because it has been given to you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but to them it has not been given. For whoever had, what? For whoever, read, okay. For whoever has, to him more will be given." This is why, this is why, right here. I don't know exactly what this means, but I think it's righteousness is the answer. Because Jesus doesn't exactly give the answer. And the answer, I think it's righteousness. But if you know the answer, put it in the chat because I can't see it right now. I can't read that. But I will be paying attention to the chat right after this chapter. So if you think you know what it is, let me know. I think it's righteousness, but I'm not totally sure because you can become righteous at any time. So, like, whenever you're like, "God, I'm sorry. Jesus, forgive me." Right? You're like, "Ah, I'm sorry." Then you get righteousness, right? See, I know happening. I've been reading this book for 8 years and still have no idea what it means. Okay. And he will have abundance, but whoever does not have, even what he has will be taken away from him. So this might not be righteousness. Therefore, I speak to them in riddles, because seeing they do not see, and hearing they do not hear, nor do they understand. Now, that's not exactly fair, because I've been reading this book for a long time. You would think I would understand, but no, I do not. So, Jesus, that's not exactly fair. And in them, the prophecy of Isaiah is filled, which says,
Hi, everyone. It's me, God, in God voice. I got something to say. I'm going to tell you. Hearing you will not hear, and shall not understand, and seeing you will see, but not perceive. For the hearts of this people have grown dull. Their ears are hard of hearing, and their eyes they have closed, lest they should see with their eyes and hear with their ears, lest they should understand with their hearts and turn, so I should heal them. Yay. Hi, everybody. Bye, everybody. It's me, God, and God voice.
He also has ADD. But blessed are your eyes, for they see, and your ears, for they hear. For assuredly, listen, I'm telling you, many prophets and righteous men desire to see what you see and did not see it, and to hear what you hear and did not hear it. Therefore, hear the riddle of the sower. Okay. When anyone hears the word of the kingdom and does not understand it, then the wicked one becomes. No, that's not what that says. Then the wicked one comes and snatches away what is sown in his heart. What was sown in his heart. And he who is received, but this is he who receives seed by the wayside. But he who received the stone, oh, why is this so long? Okay. On stony places, this is he who hears the word and immediately receives it with joy. Yet he has no root in himself, but endures only for a while. For when tribulation or persecution arises because of the word, immediately he stumbles. Now, he who received the seed among the thorns is he who hears and cares of this world, and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word and becomes unfruitful. But he who receives seed on good ground is he who hears the word and understands it, who indeed bears fruit and produces some 160, even 30-fold. Another parable or another riddle he put forth to them, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a man who sowed good seed in his field. But while men slept, his enemy came and sowed tares. So is that weeds? Sowed weeds among the wheat and went his way. But when the grain had sprouted and produced a crop, then tares also appeared. So the servants of the owners came and said, yeah, this is all bad. So, like, what do I do? Like, an enemy came and did this. What do we do? And he's like, no, gather up the tares. You shall also uproot the wheat. So let both grow together until the harvest. And at that time of the harvest, I will say to the reapers, first gather the tares, get them in bundles, then burn them, but gather the wheat into my barn. Another riddle he put forth, saying, the kingdom of heaven is like a mustard seed. Okay. Yeah, this is the littlest seed. I remember this story. It's like the littlest seed, but it grows into like the biggest plant ever. It's like super big from like this tiny thing. So that I know is faith. because you just get a little bit, somebody tells you something, and then the next thing you know, you're reading the Bible 8 years to prove that person wrong. And it turns out that person was wrong. But I just kept reading the Bible. This is my favorite book. Huh. This is the best book. It has everything, even naked zombies. It's amazing. This book is great. Okay. Another riddle he spoke to them. The kingdom of heaven is like leaven, which a woman took and put it in her meal and flour till it was all leavened. Okay. That was short and sweet. All these things Jesus spoke to the multitude in parables. And without a riddle, he did not speak to them, that it might be fulfilled, which was spoken by the prophet, saying,
I will open my mouth in parables. I'm going to speak in riddles. I will utter things kept secret from the foundation of the world, mostly because I'm awesome.
I can't. I can't with that guy. When Jesus, then Jesus sent the multitude away and went into the house. And his disciples came saying, okay, what does it mean? And Jesus like, what does what mean? And they're like, your riddles. The riddles of the tares in the field. We want to know what that one means because for some reason they know what the other ones mean. But okay. So Jesus was like, he who sows good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the word. And what? The tares of the field. Yeah, but Jesus starts explaining a different one. The tares in the field was the one with the wheat, the one we just read, right? Though that was the tares with the wheat. But Jesus is explaining the sower of the sowing, the seeds. I don't know. Okay. And Jesus said, he who sows the good seed is the Son of Man. The field is the world. The good seeds are the sons of the kingdom. But never mind. Shut up, Nikki. But the tares are the sons of the devil. The enemy who sowed them is the devil. We just read that. The harvest is the end of an age, and the reapers are the angels. Therefore, as the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so it will be at the end of this age. The Son of Man will send out his angels, and they will gather out of his kingdom all the things that offend and those who practice lawlessness, and will cast them into the furnace of fire. There will be weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. Then the righteous will shine forth as the sun in the kingdom of their Father. He who has ears, let him hear. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like treasure hidden in a field, which a man found and hid for joy over it. What? which a man found and hid. And for joy over it, he goes and sells all he has and buys that field. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a merchant seeking beautiful pearls. Oh my God, why is this so long? Oh, this is so long. Okay. Seeking beautiful pearls, who, when he had found one pearl of great price, and went and sold all he had and bought it. Again, the kingdom of heaven is like a dragnet that was cast into the sea and gathered some of every kind, which when it was full, they drew it to the shore. And they sat down and gathered the good into vessels and threw the bad away. So it will be at the end of the age, the angels will come forth, separate the wicked from the just, and cast them into the furnace of fire. And there will be weeping, wailing, and gnashing of teeth. I promise this is almost over. I swear. And then I can read the chat, I promise. Give me just a minute. And Jesus said to them, do you understand this? Do you? Do you understand me? Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth? And of course, they were like, yeah, of course we do. Yeah. We didn't know what the other one meant, but we know what these ones mean. It's pretty self explanatory, I think. They don't know what it means, but they're like, yeah, we know what it means. And then he was like, therefore, every scribe instructed concerning heaven is like a householder who brings out his treasure, things new and old. Now it came to pass when Jesus had finished these riddles that he departed from there. When he had came to his own country, I thought he was just at his own country. What is happening? He taught them in their synagogue. This right here. Jesus had to be somebody important because he definitely had short hair because they call him rabbi and teacher. Those are the only people allowed to have short hair. And he can actually go into their church and preach. I don't think not everybody can do that. Jesus had to be somebody important before he went on his shit talking tour. Like, I don't know. I can't prove it. I don't know ancient law. I don't know. But I'm pretty sure not anybody could just walk up in church and say something. Jesus had to be somebody important before his shit talking tour. And people are like, he's a carpenter. Yeah, but he was supposed to be in government. That he will be a king, a governor of the people. He was supposed to be some kind of, I don't, in my opinion, judging off of what I read and what I personally think with my brain damaged self, Jesus had to be in some kind of government because he can't just go. I can't prove it. I'm going to shut up. But he had short hair because they use respectful names for him. When he's in their thing, they use respectful names for him. They call him rabbi, teacher, master. And you only use those words for important people. Okay. So anyway, he went to his own country and taught them in their synagogue. So they were astonished and said, okay, so maybe he wasn't. It says, where did this man get this wisdom and these mighty works? Is this not the carpenter's son? Isn't his mom Mary and his brother James, Joe, Simon, and Judas? Uh, a lot of his disciples have the same names as his brothers. I don't know what that means, but a lot of them have the same name as his brothers, and he picked them. And his sisters, they're here too. Where did this man get all these things? So they were offended at him. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, almost done. One paragraph. But Jesus said, a prophet is not without honor except his own country. No, and in his own house. No, I have to say, most of the prophets were killed by people outside of their cities. The prophets could live in their hometowns. Only Jesus, only Jesus, he couldn't stay in his hometown. But all the other ones did. But anyway, that's the end of chapter 13. So let's go over here and see what's happening in chat. Because I know what I'm doing. Hold on. Oh, Matthew chapter, well, we just, it was Matthew chapter 13 is what I just read. I'm sorry. I need to pay, I don't know how to uh pay attention to my chat and read at the same time because I am terrible at things. Okay. Thank you for the shades, Neo. I'm going up here. Oh, okay. I'm going right down here. I know what's happening. Okay. Hi, Neo. And hi, everybody that came in. Hi, Bunny, 2 times. That's the same sticker I dropped my way out of our stream just now. That's Jesus driving the party pen spaceship. That somebody gave that to me because they thought I was crazy. So they were like, Jesus, take the wheel. And Jesus is driving the spaceship. Jesus is awesome. Mentioned earlier, your hair looks really nice. Oh, that, okay, those are the Neo. Okay. Oh, I think you're on the right track in righteousness. Oh, God voice. Yeah, God voice can be kind of creepy, but God has his own personality. He needs his own voice. So I gave God a voice to go with this super personality. Gotta bounce. Okay, goodbye, Neo. Okay. Hi, Fred. I know. I just call them disciples and apostles because, well, it's more fun that way. But anyway, how's everybody doing? Did everybody leave? Okay. Well, maybe. I don't know what's happening. Oh, there's a lot of people here. This is the most people I've ever had in the chat before. That's pretty awesome. Do you guys want to keep going with chapter 14? Or are you guys ready to go enjoy the rest of your day? Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, I forgot. I went on way super early. My bad. Fred, did you get my email? I'm sorry. I should have never brought that shit up. So, what are we thinking about chapter 14? I don't know how many minutes we're at. 36. Yeah. Psalm 16. Yeah. Well, we read the Psalms and the Proverbs in the morning. I read the Psalms and the Proverbs in the morning. Uh, so we're gonna get to 16 on the 16th. Oh, 5 more days. Keep my eyes on the Lord with them at my right hand. I shall not be shaken. Yes. Oh, you're an artist? Man, what is it that like? I want to be an artist. Could you imagine if I was an artist? Man. Oh, shit. Sorry for doing that in your ear. Oh, that was all bad. I'm just trying to get my cigarettes. So, do you want to keep going with chapter 14? Can you make cartoons? Can you make cartoons? Yeah. See, I wish I knew how to make AI cartoons, but I promised a long time ago my channel would never be AI, so I can never make a cartoon. Well, I can make a regular cartoon, but I think, well, I can't because I can't do any of that kind of fancy shit. I barely know how to stream. Okay, so we'll do chapter 14. Okay. All right, here we go. Chapter 14. Oh, yeah, smoke them if you got them, by the way. Okay. At that time, Herod, the uh, senator, he would be the senator. Okay. Herod the senator heard the report about Jesus and said, "This is Jean le Baptiste. Ah, he's coming back to get me back." And uh, for Herod had laid hold of John and bound him. This is the most fucked up shit I've ever heard of in my life. Okay. So what had happened was Herod had a brother, right? Was it Herod's brother? And found him. Yes, Herod had a brother, Philip, and he had a wife or a girlfriend or whatever. And John was like, no, no, no. And now I remember what happened. Okay. Herod was having sex with his dead brother's wife. Right. And John was like, you should not do that. That A is gross and B is also gross. Why would you do that? Right. And although he wanted to put him to death, he feared the multitude because they saw him at as a prophet. I can't read. So then it's his birthday. So Herodias don't like Jean, right? Don't like him at all. And she gets her daughter to do this sexy little dance number for King Face. And he's like, oh, this is so good. Can you twerk one more time? And he's like, oh, you can have anything in my kingdom you want, anything. And she's like, let me go talk to my mom. And then she's like, Mom, you never told me what I wanted. And she's like, you want Jean Le Baptiste's head on a silver platter, right? And she told Herod that, King Face. And he was like totally fucking deflated because he did not expect that at all. Okay, make sure you watch it on 2 times speed. He was deflated because he didn't want to kill John. But he went down there and killed him anyway. So I'm wondering if John, knowing why he was going to be killed, like stuck his tongue out, like, you know, just to freak them all out. Because it seems like that would be something he would do. So when they open the platter, it's his face with his tongue sticking out. That would be fucking amazing. It would scare the shit out of everybody. Now, when Jesus heard it, he departed from there by boat to a deserted place by himself. But when the multitudes heard it, they followed his shiny piles of shit to where he was. Right? They followed him. And when Jesus went out, he saw a great multitude, and he was moved with compassion. He was moved with compassion. And he healed their sick. When it was evening, his disciples came to him, saying, this is a deserted place. Yeah, dude, there's no way we can stay here with all these people. There's no way we can stay here. They don't have any food. So let them go stimulate the economy. And Jesus, like, they don't have any money. And the disciples are like, well, we don't have any money either. And Jesus is like, how many breads and fish do you have? And they're like, a few. And he's like, okay, Make everybody sit down. We are about to do something so awesome. Make everybody sit down. So they made everybody sit down. And then Jesus looked up at the sky and was like, "Hey, Dad, can we have fish sandwich?" I mean, there's a lot of people here. We need a fish sandwich. So then Jesus started handing out bread and fish. He broke and gave. Okay. And then when Jesus was done, he's like, "Hey, thank you, big guy. Dad, you're the best." Right? He's like, "Thank you, Dad. We got fish sandwich." Okay. Sit down and give. Okay. So immediately, Jesus made his disciples get into the boat and go before him to the other side. While he went, no, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he sent the multitudes away, he went up to the mountain by himself to pray. Now, when everyone, now, when evening came, he was alone there. And Jesus was just sitting there. He's like, "Hey, Dad, thank you for the fish sandwich." Everybody loved it. It was the best fish sandwich they ever had. So thank you so much. I mean, that was a lot of fish sandwiches. Like, that was a lot. Yeah, that was a lot. So, anyway, thank you, Dad. And I think I'm really bored. So, I think I'm going to go fuck with the disciples. No, Jesus, don't cuss. I'm going to go mess with the disciples. So, okay. Now, he was alone there. But the boat was now in the middle of the sea, being tossed by waves, for the wind was contrary, and Jesus was board a ship. Now, in the fourth watch of the night, Jesus finally, he's like, "You know what? Finally, the boredom got a hold of him, and he's like, man, I got to do something. Man, I know what I'm going to do." So, Jesus went to them, walking on the sea. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a ghost." And then immediately Jesus was like, "There's no such thing as a ghost. What are you even talking about? It's me, you idiots. Now I went on this boat." And Peter said, "Yeah, if it is really you, let me walk on the water. I'm going to do things. Yeah, I'm going to do all the things." And then Jesus was like, "Well, then come on." And when Peter had come down out of the boat, he walked on the water to go to Jesus. But when he saw that the wind was boisterous, he was afraid and began to sink and cried out, "Lord, save me." And immediately Jesus stretched out his hand and caught him and said, "You know, you really suck. Like, you literally know I'm Jesus and I can do whatever I want. And then you're going to get scared like a girl. Why? You're making me look bad, Peter. Oh, you of little faith. Why do you doubt?" And then they got on the boat and the wind ceased. Dun, dun, dun. Then those who were in the boat came and worshipped him, saying, "Truly, you are the Son of God." They did not say that. Because if they did, Jesus would have immediately shut them up, just like he did with Peter. So these guys didn't say this. When they had crossed over, they came to the land of Gerber baby food. And when the men of that place recognized, they sent out um, into all the surrounding region, brought to him all who were sick, and begged him that they might only touch the hem of his garment. And as many touched it were made perfectly well. Dun, dun, dun. That's the end of that chapter. So, Tracy, are you still here? Is anybody still here? I think everybody might have left, but that's okay. I don't know how long a delay is. Okay, I don't know how long a delay is. Oh, well, hi, Fred. I guess that delay was pretty long. That's a long ass delay. But anyway, are you ready to go? I mean, we're almost at an hour. But man, I know who I can raid. I gotta raid somebody, I think. Set raid. Okay. So I set the raid. So, okay. We'll go ahead and get out of here. So I want to say good, not good night. I would almost say good night. Well, have a great day. I love y'all. Thanks for coming. Thanks for staying. Thanks for hanging. I totally appreciate y'all. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, I totally appreciate y'all and enjoy the fact that you came and stayed and listened to my story with me. So thank you. I love y'all and I appreciate you. Don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to give me those red pills. And thank everybody who donated. I think only Neo might have donated or whatever. But it helps. So thank you. I appreciate you. Now, have the greatest day ever. Goodbye.